Negotiation is at the heart of every successful business deal. Whether you're closing a multi-million-dollar contract, seeking a raise, or simply making a purchase for your company, the ability to bargain, negotiate, and protect your financial interests is essential. But financial negotiation is more than just a battle of numbers. It's a test of psychology, emotional resilience, and strategic thinking. Let's dive into the world of negotiation, uncovering the skills and mindsets you need to thrive in any financial discussion. The first rule of negotiation is preparation. Picture yourself walking into a boardroom, sunlight streaming through the windows, documents laid out in front of you. Preparation starts long before this moment. It begins with research, diligently gathering information about your counterpart, understanding their needs, their constraints, and what motivates them. You must know your numbers inside and out, your costs, your desired outcomes, and your walkaway point, the line you simply won't cross. Equally, be aware of the market. What is the going rate? What are competitors offering? Knowledge is your foundation, and in negotiation, it's your strongest defense. Confidence is the next ingredient. This doesn't mean arrogance, but a calm, quiet certainty in your value and your position. When you sit down at the table, your body language should project assurance. A firm handshake, steady eye contact, and an open posture all signal that you're ready for a serious conversation. But confidence also means listening, truly listening, to what the other side is saying. Sometimes the most valuable information comes not from what's said, but from what's left unsaid. A hesitation, a glance, a pause. These subtle cues reveal priorities and pressure points, giving you insight into how to steer the conversation. Negotiation is not about winning at any cost. It's about finding common ground. Imagine a business owner negotiating with a supplier. The supplier wants to maximize their profit. The business owner wants to minimize costs. But both want a long-term, reliable partnership. A skilled negotiator seeks solutions where both sides gain. This could mean flexible payment terms, bundled offerings, or volume discounts. When you focus on mutual benefit, you create deals that last, built on trust rather than resentment. Timing and patience are your allies. Rushed decisions often lead to regret. If an offer doesn't feel right, don't be afraid to pause. Take a breath, review the terms, and consult with trusted advisors if necessary. Sometimes walking away is your most powerful move. It shows you aren't desperate, and it often brings the other party back to the table with better terms. But patience doesn't mean passivity. Stay engaged, keep communication open, and be ready to re-engage when the time is right. Let's talk about tactics. One of the most effective is the anchoring technique. The first number mentioned in a negotiation often sets the tone for the entire discussion. If you're selling a product or service, don't be afraid to start with a number slightly higher than your goal. If you're buying, open with a number lower than what you're willing to pay. This isn't about being unreasonable, but about setting a reference point that frames the conversation in your favor. Another essential tactic is the use of silence. After you make your offer, resist the urge to fill the silence. Let your counterpart think. Often, the first person to speak after an offer is made is the one who concedes ground. Silence can be uncomfortable, but it's a powerful tool that puts subtle pressure on the other side to respond. Negotiation is also about protecting your interests. This involves more than just numbers. It's about safeguarding your reputation, your relationships, and the long-term health of your business. Never agree to terms you know you can't meet. Never make promises you can't keep. Integrity is your most valuable currency. In every deal, look beyond the immediate gain. Ask yourself, will this arrangement still benefit me and my counterpart 6 months or a year from now? Communication is the bridge that connects you to your negotiation partner. Be clear, honest, and direct about your needs and boundaries. Avoid jargon and ambiguous language. When discussing complex terms, summarize your understanding and ask for confirmation. This reduces the risk of misunderstandings and builds mutual respect. If emotions flare, if tempers rise or frustration sets in, keep your composure. A calm voice and steady demeanor can de-escalate tension and bring focus back to the issues at hand. Cultural awareness is increasingly important in business negotiations. In some cultures, direct confrontation is seen as disrespectful. In others, it's a sign of strength. Understand the customs and expectations of those you're negotiating with. This shows respect and increases your chances of reaching a positive outcome. Negotiation is not just for executives or sales teams, it's a life skill that benefits everyone. Whether you're an entrepreneur pitching investors, a manager hiring new talent, or an employee advocating for a raise, negotiation empowers you to shape your financial destiny. It's about knowing your worth, standing your ground, and seeking solutions that lift everyone involved. Let's imagine a scenario. You're a small business owner negotiating with a large client. They want a discount because of your size, arguing that working with bigger suppliers would save them money. Instead of conceding, you highlight what sets you apart: personalized service, flexibility, and faster response times. You offer a modest discount in exchange for a longer-term contract. The client sees the value, and you secure a steady stream of business. This is negotiation at its best, not just about price, but about value, trust, and long-term gain. The ability to negotiate is a journey, not a destination. Each experience, whether a triumph or a setback, teaches you something new. Reflect on your negotiations. What worked well? Where did you feel pressured? How could you prepare better next time? Over time, you'll develop your own style, blending intuition with strategy, empathy with assertiveness. Above all, remember that negotiation is a human process. It's about understanding, connection, and finding a path forward together. The deals you strike today shape the opportunities of tomorrow, so prepare thoroughly. Speak with confidence, listen deeply, and approach every negotiation with integrity. Protect your interests, but never lose sight of the bigger picture. Building relationships and creating value that lasts. In business, as in life, those who master negotiation open doors to growth, stability, and success. Let every conversation be an opportunity, not just to bargain, but to build, to inspire, and to achieve greatness together.